We apologize for the slight interruption to the Natsuki Iragi network airing of Azumanga Daioh, but we have some serious stuff to talk about. The Sydney Opera House between Sydney Central and Sydney North exploded during the New Year's Day celebration in December 31st, 2024. We currently lost Miyakovo network as a result, and all programming are suspended until further notice. But Go Network, Emma Channel and Natsuki Iragi Network continue to broadcast. We will provide updates and news information about the severity of the situation down at Sydney. Stay tuned. We have an important update regarding the Sydney explosion that occurred recently. The blast damaged various infrastructure and casualties of 210 people and 12 presenters were critically injured during the explosion, destroying several cars and plopping them down in the water. 4 birds were also injured in the process. We have a saddening critical update on the severity of the Sydney explosion. Futari wa Pretty Cure character Nagisa Masumi, also known as HIJACK, a local Pretty heroine, was sadly fatally injured while fixing the bridge. Much of her friend Oka Yukishiro's horror, Nagisa sustained a critical back injury, a fatal spine crack on her injuries. Her rear got mutilated and her teeth badly damaged. Oka is trying to support the authorities on taking Nagisa with Oka to the Sydney hospital. Sarah and Duck were a little bit injured, but they're completely fine.
We have an urgent announcement on behalf of the Australian government. We hereby stop programming on River 949 to hear this message. An explosion occurred at both Sydney Opera House and the Sydney Bridge just between Sydney North and Central Sydney. Occasionally, 210 people, 12 presenters, 4 birds and several cars were injured or plopped down at the Sydney River's water during the explosion. Also, Nagisa Masumi got fatally injured while fixing the bridge. Sarah and Duck were at minor injuries.
Hello? It's me, YuruYuri, and, I've also, Sydney, the Sydney Opera House and the Sydney Bridge exploded right near me, and I was like, well, this is not gonna be dangerous, but someone said to me that it exploded. It caused injuries of 200 people, it had casualties across a couple of presenters, about 12 of them. I'm pretty scared. And, oh my god, a couple of birds have been shot down, badly injured, and oh shit, many cars down in the water. Oh yeah, it was Sarah, not the fine. And Sarah, not fine. But not just shit! Get me off this car!
Hungry Jack's Ice Drinks. Rich, velvety smooth barista coffee over ice. Now at Hungry Jack's. It's because I love you. I control you. Learn to see the patterns of coercive control.
This is an urgent and the most important announcement in all corners of YouTube. We at YouTube apologize for the interruption to your Australian viewing. We were interrupted by a news source back in America that the Sydney Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge were exploded, causing injuries to several people, 12 Australian presenters, 4 birds shot down, and several cars destroyed underwater. Najis and Miss Yumi from Pretty Cure sustained fatal injuries, and Sarah and Duck were all fine thanks to their survival.
That's making music. That's making music. Like on the radio. That's making music. That's making music. Maybe the sound wasn't ready yet. Come on, Duck. Come on, Duck. Stop. Play. That's making music. That's making music. Like on the radio.
We apologize all viewers watching Sprout. Sarah and Duck will be interrupted until further notice. Regarding Sarah and Duck's survival and the real-life events happening in Sydney, Australia, Najis and Miss Yumi was also fatally injured in the explosion. Ong Okayukishiro assisted Najis to the hospital and is seeking recovery. 210 people and 12 presenters are injured in the explosion, and so were 4 birds who were shot down. Stay tuned for BBC News, which is on Channel 91 on your cable provider for more information.
We are sorry for the interruption to the theatrical release of the YuruYuri Caveman Short Movie, created by Cartoon Network and Universal Pictures, right here at IMC Cinemas. But we're postponing the movie to January the 28th, 2025, because of a news source from Washington, D.C. that the explosion at Sydney Opera House and Sydney Harbour Bridge was imminent during the New Year's Eve celebration in Sydney, Australia, injuring 210 people, 12 news hosts, shot down for birds, and fatally injuring Nagisa Mizumi from Pretty Cure. Sarah and Duck both sustained minor injuries. Alongside the explosion, Hikaru Kaza, the one character from the YuruYuri franchise that got into the movie, was injured badly by the fire of a nearby park near the destroyed bridge. Our condolences are with Hikari and her friends. Stay tuned for the IMC theater-style emergency. Prepare at any moment.